Hello G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here with another action figure review. Today I'm going to be reviewing WhiteOut version 1. He came out in the year 2000 in the 2-pack with Big Ben version 3. And they were released as part of the 16th series. A little interesting thing about WhiteOut here, he is unofficially named after Larry Lee, the publisher of Lee's Action Figure Times and News. It was a magazine about toy collecting. I used to buy this magazine. I found it to be very informative, and it helped me get my toy collection organized. There are no variations of WhiteOut that are known to exist of WhiteOut version 1. Let's take a look at his accessories. He came with a black laser rifle, as the card contents calls it. Same laser rifle that came with Snow Job version 1. No difference in this is also the laser rifle that was featured in the cartoons that all the Joes carried. He also came with 2 skis. I really like these skis. They're very well sculpted. They fit on his feet very nicely. He fits on there. They fit on there pretty snug. If I can get my big clumsy fingers to work here. There we go. Yes. Alright, comes with the 2 skis. Also comes with a backpack that holds the ski poles, just like Snow Job. Comes with 2 identical ski poles. Very nice sculpt on these. The backpack has the 2 holes to fit the skis, 2 slots here for the ski poles, and the backpack peg. There is a slight variation on this backpack. It's rounded off on the peg, where Snow Job version 1, at least on the one I have, the peg sticks out a little bit further. Alright, now let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation on WhiteOut. His arms extend out to the side very nicely. They move back in. He has a 360-degree rotation, a swivel arm battle grip. Head moves side to side. Even though he is a modern figure, he came from the mold of Snow Job, pardon me. Yeah, I'll leave that in as a blooper. His legs extend out so far, and he's bent at a 90-degree angle. His legs spread this far. He has an O-ring on the inside, which helps hold the body together. I really like the sculpt on this guy. The paint job is phenomenal. He's white with spackling of tan and brown on him. He has these 2 shoulder straps that go over his shoulders that lead to the backpack, which is very nice. And he has looks like a scarf going around his neck, and he has a fur collar over his hood. Also has a utility belt with a few pouches on there, very nicely sculpted, and a holster on his right leg, and a pouch on his left leg with another pouch down on his shin, and a pouch on the right leg as well. A pair of black snow boots. You know, I really love these figures. I like the Arctic figures. It gets pretty toasty out here where I live, and I figure, you know, doing a nice Arctic figure review will cool things down a bit for us. He also came with the highly coveted action figure stand. I wish they would have been putting these stands out with the figures long before the time that they started back in the 90s. WhiteOut was created using Snow Job's mold, as I mentioned. He shares the arms and legs and head of Snow Job version 1. The upper arm is shared with Swivel Arm Clutch. I don't have him, and Breaker. And I didn't really notice that until, I don't know if you could see those, until I did research for this review. You see the arms have the rolled up sleeves, which, you know, pretty interesting. And I would like to thank Mr. Ben Thomas for sending me this Breaker. I'll do a review on him later on down the road. Really love Breaker. He's a great figure. Now, I'm going to read final card that came along with WhiteOut. Okay, his name's codename WhiteOut. He's an Arctic Trooper. File name is Lee Leonard J. III. Primary military specialty is Arctic Ski Patrol. Secondary military specialty is communications. His birthplace is Bridgeport, Connecticut. His grade is E6 Sergeant. So his card reads, tired of northeastern winters, WhiteOut's family moved west before he could walk. He was raised in the Arizona desert where temperatures are known to reach 128 degrees in the shade. I will agree with that. The hottest I've ever felt was 122. And after it gets that hot, it's just so hot it does, you know, it doesn't seem like it get any hotter. Just put your head in an oven if you want to know what it feels like out here. After college, WhiteOut decided on a career in publishing. Very interesting. With revenues gained from the sale of a rather valuable baseball card collection, he founded a political magazine, which was decidedly eccentric libertarian bent, entitled Live Free or Else. As publisher, WhiteOut took more heat than a lone cactus in the middle of the desert. A trip back east convinced him that the cooler climate and career change were desperately needed. Once he witnessed his first snowfall, he was hooked. WhiteOut took his skis and the snow the way a squirrel takes to trees. No maneuver is beyond his capabilities, even when carrying a backpack and rifle. Even grew a beard to insulate his face against the striking blast of downhill runs. The Joe team recruited WhiteOut. It was learned that he single-handedly. It was learned that he single-handedly saved the lives of 12 mountain troopers trapped on the unforgiving slopes of K12 or K2, which, from what I understand, is a very treacherous mountain. Only very experienced and professional skiers could take that mountain. Now, I really, as I mentioned, really love this figure. Great sculpt, great paint scheme. He is just phenomenal. I will definitely give him, on a scale from 1 to 10, I will give him a 10. He is a top shelf figure. 10 is the highest rating I can give a figure. He is just awesome all around. I just wish that Hasbro would have stuck with this type of sculpt on figures. I have a lot of modern figures, and I'll review those too. I'm just not a vintage guy. And I'll talk more about the articulation on the modern figures as compared to these. But this is only my second review, so please forgive me for all the errors. Even through editing, they still pop out. But I hope you enjoyed this review. Please like and subscribe if that's your thing. Leave a comment. I love to hear from all of you. Like to know what you think about this review, what you think about the figure, and if you have this figure, share your thoughts, and even any fond memories that you have of collecting G.I. Joe. I would love to hear those stories. I love meeting new people and just learning about their lives and how G.I. Joe impacts your life. I grew up on it. I remember my brothers having the 12-inch figures from their childhood. And in 1982, when these action figures came out, I was hooked. My very first one was the Cobra Soldier, received him for Christmas in 1982. And I've been collecting them ever since. I've even bought them through high school, not as much then, but I was still buying them every now and then, and into my adult years, which I've never stopped buying them. So that is my review of WhiteOut version 2. Thank you, Scooby, for letting me know. Time is running out. Thanks for stopping by, for visiting, and once again, please like and subscribe if you so choose to. You don't have to, but I would definitely appreciate it. It would help my channel out quite a bit. And please leave a comment. Love to hear from you. Thank you very much. You guys take care and keep collecting.